Hey guys, Scar9 here, and welcome back to my channel today. Within Destiny, there are tons of weapons that have secret meanings or hidden references or stuff like that within their names, so I thought it would be cool to go through and compile 5 of the coolest examples of this and put them into an episode of 5 things you guys did not know about Destiny. So let's go ahead and get into it. So to start off this episode, I wanted to throw a fairly simple example at you guys, just so you know what kind of things you can expect going further through the examples. For the first slot in this one, I want to take a look at the secret meaning behind the name Eyas Luna. Now, many people already refer to this gun as the miniature Hawkmoon because it looks and feels exactly the same as the Hawkmoon itself. However, the name actually shows that this is exactly what Bungie was going for when designing the gun. The prefix Eyas literally means baby hawk, and obviously the word Luna is connected to the moon. So the name Eyas Luna literally translates to baby Hawkmoon. Now, like I said, this is a more simple one, quite a few people know it, but I think it's still a really cool example to show how Bungie uses the names of weapons to convey what their use will be within the game, as well as to showcase the relationship between these weapons and guns that are already present within the Destiny universe. Now, the second slot in this video is going to go to the name of the exotic machine gun, the Fabian Strategy. Now, this weapon has a really iconic spot in Destiny as being quite possibly the worst and most useless exotic within the Destiny franchise. However, the name suggests that it actually wasn't supposed to be that effective in the first place. So the term Fabian Strategy actually relates to historic military techniques. It is a strategy that literally involves no other strategy than throwing troops at the enemy to try to weaken their forces. When you are using the Fabian Strategy, you are planning on losing every troop that you send to battle with your enemy, but the thought goes if we have more numbers, more troops than the enemy, we should be able to beat them in the end. Now, I think it's pretty obvious that this technique is not very effective. The idea of just throwing your troops at the enemy is better than forming a legitimate strategy probably didn't stand up very well, and that's why no militaries today use this technique. In fact, the weapon text for the weapon of wait for an enemy to make a mistake, die, stand by for a ghost resurrection, repeat as necessary, shows that the Guardian using this gun is expecting to die and to not do that much damage to the enemy team. So I thought that overall, naming this weapon Fabian Strategy was actually a really weird but cool thing to do. It shows that the worst exotic in the game was almost intentionally made bad because it is modeled after one of the worst military tactics ever used. For the third example in this video, we are going to be looking at no further than the Vex Mythoclast. Now, this weapon's name actually has a pretty cool story implication as well. So the term Vex Mythoclast literally translates to the destroyer of the Vex Mythos, and this is where I think it starts to get really interesting within the lore of Destiny. Now, if you notice while you were playing through the game, every single Vex unit is actually named after some type of figure in Greek mythology. So that makes the Vex themselves named after myths. In addition, a big part of a mythos is a group's beliefs or the gods that they worship. So this weapon could literally mean the destroyer of the Vex's gods, which is what we become after the Black Garden mission where we destroy the Vex's god, the Black Heart. So this weapon's name could quite literally translate to either the destroyer of the Vex or the destroyer of the Vex's gods. Either way, I think the name Vex Mythoclast is clearly used to represent its true intention of ultimately destroying the Vex race. Now, in the fourth slot, we actually have a really cool analysis of 2 weapons names, but I'm just going to count it as 1 slot, but the premise is still really cool in this example. So in this one, we're going to be showing how the Found Verdict and the Hung Jury are diametrically opposite. So it starts off just by examining their names. The Hung Jury is a jury that cannot make a final decision on a verdict, and a Found Verdict is a verdict that was decisively decided on. So right off the bat, you can see that these guns' names literally mean the exact opposite thing. However, even further than that, both guns function in a very opposite way as well. The Found Verdict is a full auto close range shotgun, and the Hung Jury is a semi-automatic further range scout rifle. So these guns are not only named to be exact opposites, they also play to be exact opposites. So whether this was intentional by Bungie or not, the names do a great job at showing the roles that the guns are supposed to play and how opposite they really are. And finally, we have reached the 5th cool reference for this video, and this is personally my favorite one. This slot is going to go to the exotic machine gun, the Nemesis Star. Now, before we get into what the Nemesis Star is, I really think that the flavor text is really important to understand before going into it. So the text for this weapon reads, "What is the answer when the question is extinction?" So what this is referring to is the hypothetical sister star to our sun, which is called the Nemesis Star. If you were to look back through the fossil record of Earth, there appears to be a very regular interval between mass extinctions of species on Earth, and this interval seems to average around 26 million years. Now, I think the most common extinction event that everyone is familiar with is the extinction of the dinosaurs, but there have been multiple of these events throughout the history of Earth, which can be proven by looking at the fossil record. Now, to the people that first discovered this regular interval of 26 million years, this did not make much sense at all. These extinction events should not be happening at this regular of an interval. The main hypothesis that was formed because of this discovery was that our sun has a sister dwarf star that orbits at a very long distance away. And when this star, named the Nemesis star, reaches a certain point in its orbit, and Earth happens to be at a very specific point in its orbit, then asteroids flung into our solar system by the Nemesis star's gravity actually are on a direct collision path with Earth. These asteroids hitting our planet at a very regular and predictable interval of 26 million years would be enough to cause these regular extinction events. So back to the flavor text, what is the answer when the question is extinction? Well, in this case, the answer to extinction would be the Nemesis star. Why does extinction happen? Because of this hypothetical star. Now, of course, this is just a theory, but I'll have the source linked down in the description. I highly recommend you guys check it out because it is a really cool theory, but it also lends itself to the lore of Destiny as well. Not only is this Nemesis star referred to within the lore, but it also makes it seem like the main purpose of the Nemesis star machine gun is to cause the extinction of every enemy race that we fight within Destiny. But those are all 5 references for this video. Let me know which of these was your guys' favorite down in the comment section below and why. I hope you guys were able to learn something really cool about the names of Destiny in this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like rating and to share this video with your friends. If you were interested in watching either of the 2 videos on screen, you can click their respective annotations to be taken to them. If you are brand new to my channel, make sure to hit the giant version of my logo to be subscribed for more awesome Destiny 2 videos and live streams. Thank you guys so much for watching today, and I will see you in my next video.